There's an odd hush that settles over a house, a stillness that wasn't there before. It's a silence that speaks volumes, a quiet that echoes with memories. The familiar sounds of family life, the laughter, the chatter, the music, fade into a gentle hum, replaced by a sense of spaciousness. It's a new kind of quiet, one that takes some getting used to. When the last child leaves, the car pulls away, the taillights disappear down the street, and suddenly you're standing there in a house that feels both familiar and foreign. It's a milestone, a turning point, a moment filled with pride, perhaps a little sadness, and a whole lot of anticipation for what comes next. At first, it's strange. You might find yourself wandering through the rooms, almost expecting to bump into them, to hear their voices. The house feels bigger, somehow, and maybe a little emptier than you remember. You walk past their empty room, expecting laughter or music, a glimpse of their familiar clutter, and there's just silence. A neatly made bed, an empty desk, a room frozen in time, waiting for their return. It's a poignant reminder of their absence, but also a testament to the years of love and care you poured into raising them. I've spoken to so many people who've faced this moment, who've stood in that same quiet house feeling a mix of emotions. This empty nest phase. And let me tell you, it's a cocktail of emotions. It's a time of reflection, a time of adjustment, and a time of rediscovery. There's no right or wrong way to feel, and everyone experiences it differently. For some, it's a little ache, a pang of longing for the days when the house was filled with the energy of youth. Missing spontaneous hugs or the chaos of family meals, the impromptu movie nights, the late-night talks, the shared laughter. Those memories are precious, and it's natural to miss them. For others, it's a breath of fresh air, a chance to reclaim their time, their space, and their lives. One woman I know, Jane, told me she hadn't read a book in years. Not for pleasure, anyway. That wasn't for her son's homework. Every spare moment was dedicated to helping him succeed. Now, her weekends are about book clubs and art classes, things she's always wanted to do but never had the time for. She's even started painting again, rediscovering a passion she thought she'd lost, something she'd shelved for decades. The easel was gathering dust in the attic, a forgotten relic of a younger self. Another friend, Michelle, always dreamt of learning Italian, immersing herself in a new culture. With the children gone, she finally booked herself into a language course, eager to expand her horizons. She's even planning a solo trip to Rome next spring, poring over maps and travel guides, her excitement palpable. Something she'd never have dared, a solo adventure seemed impossible. When the calendar was full of school runs and hockey matches, every weekend was a whirlwind of activities, leaving little time for personal pursuits. And it's not just about picking up hobbies. It's about exploring new avenues, discovering hidden talents, and embracing new experiences. Loads of people find this is the perfect time to rediscover themselves, to reconnect with passions they'd put on hold. There's a sense of liberation in the best possible way, a feeling of lightness and freedom, a chance to ask, what do I want? What truly makes me happy? After years of asking, what do they need? Putting everyone else's needs before your own becomes second nature. Of course, there are moments when the silence stings. The quiet can be deafening at times, a stark reminder of the changes in your life. But then, slowly, you start filling that space, creating a new rhythm, a new normal, with things that light you up, activities that bring you joy, passions that ignite your soul, long walks, exploring nature, breathing in the fresh air, and connecting with the world around you. Lazy breakfasts, savoring the quiet moments, enjoying a cup of coffee without rushing, and starting the day on your own terms. That recipe you've always wanted to master. Taking the time to experiment in the kitchen, creating delicious meals, and sharing them with loved ones. It's about shifting the focus back to you, without guilt, prioritizing your well-being, indulging in self-care, and nurturing your own happiness. It's easy to feel like you're saying goodbye to a chapter, closing the book on a significant part of your life. But you're also turning the page to something new, embarking on a fresh adventure, and writing a brand new story. There's a whole world out there, waiting to be discovered, explored, and experienced, waiting to be explored at your own pace. No more rushing, no more compromises, just the freedom to follow your own path. Think of it as an invitation, a personal invitation to embrace this new chapter with open arms, not just to fill time, but to truly thrive, to flourish, to grow, and to become the best version of yourself. So if your nest is feeling a bit emptier these days, if the silence is a little louder than usual, remember, it's also full of possibility. A blank canvas, a fresh start, a world of opportunities waiting to be seized. Growth doesn't end when the kids move out. In fact, it can be a catalyst for even greater personal growth and fulfillment. In fact, for many, it's just beginning. The start of a new adventure, a new journey of self-discovery. Here's to new passions, to the spark of excitement that comes with trying something new. New adventures to exploring uncharted territories and embracing the unknown. And the beautiful freedom to rediscover yourself, to reconnect with your inner self, to embrace your authentic self, and to live life on your own terms. Because the empty nest isn't just an ending. It's not a period at the end of a sentence. It's a brand new beginning, a comma, a pause, a chance to take a breath and start again, even better than before.